Good morning to one and all present here. Let me introduce myself. I am A. VIJAYAKUMAR, working as an assistant professor in the Department of Computer Science and Applications in the School of Arts and Science, AV campus, under Vinayaka Missions Research Foundation, Chennai. Before going to start my lecture, let me thank our beloved Director Madam Dr. Sharmagavalli, who always encourages to prepare this type of video content and online materials to the betterment of the student community. I am also thankful to my beloved HOD Dr. Kavita, who always motivates us to prepare this type of video content. I am also thankful to my department faculty members who also give the guidance to prepare this type of video lectures. Let me get into the topic, that is the cryptography. Actually, cryptography is the technique that involves the two processes. One is the encryption and another one is the decryption. What is the encryption? Actually, we are sending some information to some other people. So whatever we are sending, that will be converted into some of the other format, that is called encryption. In the reverse, that is the decryption. The converted format is once again changed into the original text, that is called decryption process. Okay, in this cryptography we should come to know the various concepts like what you mean by the plain text, what is the ciphertext, and what is the interceptor or intruder, what you mean by the encryption, what is the decryption, and what are all the keys that are using, then what are all the number of attacks are available, then we have the symmetric cryptography, then we have the asymmetric cryptography, then we have the public key cryptography, then we should come to know about what you mean by the digital signature. And this is the actual diagram, and this diagram will give the answers for all our questions. So here the sender wants to send some information to the receiver. So whatever the sender wants to send some information or messages, that is called as the plain text. So the receiver wants to get the same plain text what the sender has sent. So normally nowadays the carrying process or transferring process will carry out through the internet medium, or it may be some Wi-Fi technologies, the thing. And this is the channel that carries the sender information to the receiver. So in this sending area, suppose the information is available here means, or in this path, then the unauthorized user, or otherwise called the interceptor or hackers, they can easily tap our information. So if they tap our information and if they come to know means, there won't be any security for sending the information from the sender to the receivers. So what actually we are doing means, at the receiving end we are doing one process that is called encryption. At the receiving end we are doing one process called decryption. Actually the plain text, that is the user sending the information, that is actually converted into the ciphertext. That process is called encryption. Encryption means the plain text or the original messages converting into the ciphertext, and the decryption means the converted ciphertext change into the original text, that is called plain text. So encryption will be performed in the sender side and decryption is performed in the receiving side. So here, so the plain text is converted into the ciphertext, and in between this channel, any hackers or attackers trying to come to know the information means they won't aware of the original message. They can able to see only the converted message, that is the ciphertext. So at the sender side they are going to do the process that is called encryption. At the receiving end they are going to do the process that is called the decryption. So the encryption process done by the help of some key. That key is called encryption key, that is converting the plain text into the ciphertext with the help of one key, that is the encryption key. The same way in the receiver side, the ciphertext is converted into the plain text with the help of the key, that is called the decryption key. For the decryption algorithm they are using the key, that is the decryption key. So here in some cases the encryption key and decryption key both should be the same thing. That type of the case, then that is called symmetric cryptography. In most of the case the encryption may be one and decryption key it will not be the same, it will not be the similar, it may be some other key. That type of thing is called the asymmetric cryptography. Symmetric means both the encryption key and decryption key are same. In the asymmetric cryptography the encryption key is different and the decryption key is also, it may be different. So here we have to come to know about the two more concepts, that is what is the public key cryptography and what is the private key cryptography or digital signature. In public key cryptography, the encryption key we are keeping, no, we are keeping this encryption key as the public. That means anyone can access. But for the receiver side, the decryption key we should keep, that is the private one. That is only the authorized receiver or person only open the secret information, and he can discover the secret information. So that is the called public key cryptography. Then for the private key cryptography or digital signature, in this case only the authorized person only, or that is the encryption key is called private, and decryption key we keep as the public one. That is the authorized person only can encrypt the information and anyone can discover the information. So that's why we keeping the encryption key as the private and decryption key as the public one. And in these concepts we should know about what are the attacks. So basically it will be the two type of attacks. Normally the attacks is done by the unauthorized user or the interceptor. So the person is normally doing the attacks. So active attacks means the sender sending the information, no. So automatically the attackers or the hackers completely change the information and sending to the receiver as the original person. The sender sends, no, like the original person, this attackers can convert the message and is automatically sending. That is called active attacker. And in passive attacker, they can't change the original text into the plain text. So in this case, what they have come to know means they will come to aware what is the information is to be transferred and what are the signals or what is the patterns and what is the frequency the sender is sending the information to the receiver. He is only capturing that information. So thus we come to the end of our new video lectures. Let me once again thank our management, because the management is always help us or motivating us to prepare this type of video lectures and for the betterment of the student community in this lockdown periods. My sincere thanks or gratitude to our beloved director madam once again, because for her continuous encouragement only we are preparing this type of activities. My sincere thanks to our beloved HOD Dr. Kavita, who always motivate us and give the guidance to prepare this type of thing. My sincere thanks to all my department faculty members who always encouraged me to prepare this type of thing. The last but not the least, because the students community only we are preparing this type of things. So to encourage the peoples, we are preparing this type of materials to the betterment in this lockdown period. I am once again thankful to all the peoples. Thank you.